If there's any takeaway from managing your relationship with the banks, it is that you should have a P2P bank account, specifically dedicated for EFT or bank transfer trades where you're receiving money for peer-to-peer sales.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Quick Trader channel. I'm here today with David and Luca. We'll be speaking today on managing your relationships with a bank.
Very important. It's pretty much managing a normal romantic relationship. That's basically what it's like, man.
You gotta be tender and loving. You gotta be transparent.
But before we get to that, guys, remember the Quick Trader launch is on the 16th, 17th and 18th of January. It's going to be packed with people. Our numbers just keep growing. And thank you so much for those of you who are supporting our channel. We really appreciate it. So yeah, like Keenan said, we're getting into managing your relationships with the bank, which can be so tricky, man.
Tiring.
Yeah,
it's 100%. Like running through a maze, to be honest with you. But
yes,
if you know the right steps and you know what to do, it's a straight path through that maze.
But before we get into that, I just want to chat about why managing a relationship with a bank is different for a peer-to-peer user than it is for someone just receiving a typical salary from a typical company, right? And that is that crypto isn't fully integrated into our commercial banking system, right? I mean, there's these small steps. We hear about Swift and XRP partnering. Basically, I think it will start with international payments first, that you can use crypto for with commercial banks, and then it will become used for commercial. Well, it will become tender, right? Legal tender. The banking system in South Africa right now, it's not integrated with crypto as of yet. That's why if you are conducting crypto sales, make sure to add P2P in the reference. That's one thing that's going to help you manage your relationship with the bank 100%. What else do you guys think we should do to manage your relationship with your bank?
Practicing proper KYC first of all. So that's what we've touched on before. That's know your customer, know your client. So that's everything you need in order for like a proof of sale, basically.
So you can provide that to the bank.
Exactly.
In event they do call with an issue with a payment, this payment was made and now it was flagged or there's an error, you can give the proof of payment and the proof of sale, the trade receipt.
I think also an important one is the sender's surname.
Yes,
so
100%.
Not just P2P in the reference. It should be, if it's P2P Van Rensburg, then the sender needs to be P2P Van Rensburg.
100%. On that, a very important thing, and this is probably, if there's any takeaway from managing your relationship with the banks, it is that you should have a P2P bank account, and I'm going to just do that P2P, specifically dedicated for EFT or bank transfer trades where you're receiving money for peer-to-peer sales. Okay, you want to have a bank account, a personal bank account for your salary, that receives your salary, that receives your pension or whatever the case may be, and that your debit orders go off of, right? Then you want a bank account specifically for peer-to-peer, right? The reason why you want to do this is because if there is an issue with a trade, you don't want it to impact your personal account. Think of it this way. The 29th of the month comes around and your salary account now gets blocked. The company you work for, they pay your 20,000 Rand salary into your personal bank account, but last week you did a trade with someone that blocked your account on the 29th. Now, while there's an investigation taking place, no access. You don't have access to any of your money. So it's best to have a bank account specifically for peer-to-peer trading.
Separate from your personal life, basically.
100%. So that actually, I had a situation like that, or just to make an example, when I just started trading. So I did everything, like I got a dedicated P2P account and I got my personal bank account and things like that, because it was explained to me by my mentor, the importance of having a separate account for P2P versus where my salary would come in and things, and explained along the lines of now what you were saying, you run into an issue where they send you now fraudulent cash, and then you have to now prove that you've done a proof of sale, and everything's locked now. But
Alice,
everything is stuck now. But now what happened to me was it was my own mistake, because I made the mistake of sending my personal bank account to my trader.
Oh yes, you were telling me the story.
Instead of to my mentor, who was gonna send me, like, basically I sold crypto to my mentor, and he was gonna send to my personal bank account. I sent those details through to my trader, and I realized I'd made a mistake. So I called my bank immediately and let them know, like, yo, listen, this is the situation, this is what happened. I don't feel comfortable to complete this trade. I would like the funds reversed. And my bank laughed at me and stuff, and they all thought it was
take the money, it's free money.
That's free money, free 20,000 rand, why are you complaining? And 2 days later, my personal bank got blocked, and now it was also like on the 26th or something.
End of the month,
all debit orders started bouncing. Now I didn't have access to any of my funds, but thankfully I had called the bank and I let them know beforehand.
Yes, so it's on the system, and the money wasn't moved. It stayed
there. So it was quick to rectify. It took like 3 days, and I had access to my account again.
And behavior like that, right? So money comes into your account, and you're unsure, right? Or something went wrong. Call your bank. That is going to help maintain your relationship with the bank. Because the thing is, if an account is involved in fraud, this reflects badly on the bank's reputation, whether you're guilty or innocent, right? Even if you're innocent, a fraud case still got logged, right? So you essentially, to protect your relationship and maintain your relationship with the bank, you can't just, I'm innocent, but trade without practicing due diligence and things like that, because the bank will just terminate their relationship with you. Whether you're a scammer or not, if you're doing trades with the wrong people, or you keep getting into trouble, the bank will just terminate your relationship
100%.
with them.
Like, for example, say now you run into the instance where you get now an individual who sent you like fraudulent funds, and you continue to do trades with that individual, your bank will close your relationship, because they can see now, or close the relationship they have with you. They can see now you've done trades, that payment was flagged from that guy's profile, but yet you continue to still trade with him, you know?
So, like Lucas said, KYC is also a big thing. The bank wants to know that you know who your customer is. The person paying you, you know who they are. Not on an intimate level, just you know who the person is, right? And we do that by having the ID, okay? So that's how you safeguard yourself with the bank, and also maintaining your relationship with him. Another thing to do to maintain your relationship with the bank is to call them frequently. Every single week you should be calling in. We have touched on opening a personal bank account versus opening a business bank account. I trade through my business bank accounts, and the reason why I do this is because I have a private business banker who knows my business, who knows exactly what I do to make money. So if there is ever an error with a payment that's made, I can sit down with them, and on my profile on my bank, they know exactly what it is that my business is, and they know that I'm operating through a business account, not through a personal account.
And just to take it one step further, now say now you've opened your business account and you run into that instance where you receive the fraudulent funds once again, they won't put a stop on that whole business account. They'll put a stop on that transaction. So now it's not like you're stuck until the issue gets resolved. You can still conduct business through your business account until, while you're resolving the issue of that specific payment.
100%. Another thing I wanted to mention is scaling, right? I've mentioned this in previous videos before, but starting small. All right. So starting small works in terms of risk that I've mentioned before, which is that trying to find your clients and starting by doing frequent smaller trades is going to be easier to deal with in the long run. Okay. But finding clients and stuff, that you pretty much need to start with smaller trades, because you don't want to be doing these large trades, because they're even more risky. They're even more risky. So guys, starting small has the benefit of having low risk, so you can just do many of them, and if any of them caused issues, they're smaller amounts, so they're easier to deal with. It's easier for your bank to deal with that amount, and it's easier for your crypto exchange platform. And if you were to write off that trade as a bad debt, for for example, someone else was scammed in paying you and you've already released the crypto, you can, because it's such a small amount. Another way that this benefits your relationship with the bank when you do these small trades is you're scaling. Your bank is getting accustomed to Luca and Keenan doing 500 Rand trades, then 1,000 Rand trades, then 1,500 Rand trades. So there's scaling taking place, so your business is growing naturally. But if you're starting with, okay, you started off, you did a 500 Rand trade, after a week, 20,000 Rand starts going into your account. Now you're already putting the bank on alert for your account because there's irregular activity taking place. Okay, and then on top of that, a bank account gets blocked. All right, so you can see how it's very easy to jeopardize your relationship with the bank.
Yeah, just to give you an example of that, like for example now, so I also had a different dedicated bank account, but I didn't use it as much. I was using it for smaller trades, right? And then while I was waiting for my other bank account that I used for the larger trades to get resolved because there's an issue on that one, I took it into the smaller account. And there wasn't even any like payments that was reported or anything like that, but they did put a stop on the account because they just noticed the volume change.
This
was
was
so
immediately
massive. Yeah,
big
because I was
flow.
moving like 1,000 Rand, 2,000 Rand, and all of a sudden it's now 10, 20, 30. So that immediately puts a flag up.
I think I wanted to mention, just going back to your point, doing smaller amounts with your clients as well, it builds trust in the beginning. So it kind of helps you to just maintain a relationship and grow not just with the banks but also with your clientele.
Yes. I was going to ask you about withdrawing, right? Same thing. When funds come into your account, if you're withdrawing 5,000 from your account and then you go and you withdraw another 5,000, it's going to flag at the bank. Whether there was a fraudulent transaction or not, it's going to flag. And these are all things that will slightly harm, you know, or drastically harm your relationship with the bank. So if you, let's say you want to get that money out, fine, but then draw 4,600 and 4,400 or something like that if you need to.
And draw the same flat amounts the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into Quick Trader today. That is our segment on managing your relationship with the banks. I truly hope that you guys found this section informative and helpful. If you've got any questions or you need us to clarify or explain something to you,
Comment section.
Comment down below.
Comment on Keenan's knee.
Comment on my knee. It's quite a nice knee, eh?
Yeah, but guys, we're very, it is a nice knee actually. I have to mention it. Awesome stuff.
Thank you so
Cheers,
much,
guys. Goodbye.
Bye.